How y'all doing, man? Out there, America, the world. You feel me? This is the first episode of the Put to Bed podcast. I got my guest with me, my co-host, my pilot, my sister, Diamond with me in the building. Introduce yourself
Yes,
to the
sir.
people. Let them know who you is.
I'm Diamond, Diamond G. Just here today. We're just doing our podcast, Put to Bed. We about to just talk about just create awareness, what's in our community, what we deal with, how we cope with things. What else, bro? What else we talking about?
Man,
Life
like
changes, challenges.
yeah, like she said, this is a podcast to just bring awareness. Bring awareness to not only our community, but just awareness to the world in general, as far as other communities, other cultures, and how we perceive things and how we understand things. We're using this platform as like therapy, really,
Yeah,
to just address certain things that we feel and that we going through personally, and just things that we come across and see in the world and just need to be shown a light on and bring some awareness to, or bring some light onto it, and be able to put to bed certain topics, like certain misconceptions or certain, you
like
know,
everyday things.
everyday things. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
With that being said, that's our mission. That's what we're doing here on this podcast. That's the whole premise of it, just on a surface level. That's what we're doing. So we tackle topics. We're gonna have four different issues or four different topics, four to
yeah.
five each episode that we just address and bring up to y'all, and then we give our piece on it. I say my piece on it, and Sis say her insight on it. Diamond give her point of view, her perspective, and then we put it to bed. We move on to the next topic, and then
So,
y'all can drop in the comments, say how y'all feel about the situation, each topic. Make sure y'all drop the comments, say how y'all feel, whether y'all agree, whether y'all disagree, what y'all
right.
philosophy is on it, what y'all, y'all point of view, y'all standpoint on each topic and issue. And feel
Yeah.
free to drop us suggestions in the comments of what y'all feel like we should talk about on that next episode, on every episode. And
Yeah.
also remember to like, share, and subscribe to what we got going on the Put to
Let
Bed
us know what
podcast.
you're thinking.
Exactly, exactly.
But
All right, so
what we getting?
you ready to tackle the first topic?
Yeah, let's put something to bed.
All right. Say less. So, the first topic I want to bring up, I want to ask you, what do you feel about Because this is something I didn't did some research on, read, did some studying on my damn self. So, I want to ask you, what do you think about the new year? Technically, they say the new year begins in January, and this
Right.
is when people make our resolutions. This is when we, get our first start
The
off, and
changes, yeah.
January 1st, the change, the ball drop, all of that type of stuff, to be able to get people going and motivated and cycling into their next season. But I feel like the new year is not in January. I feel like the new year
Okay.
is in April.
April, so around springtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So that was my first time hearing about that when we talked about it, when you brought it up to me. I never heard of that. So I had to do a little research and I was like, what is the new like new year? What is the new what does that mean? And it makes total sense to me now because you start new things when things are growing, and that's not usually in the wintertime. The
Exactly.
wintertime is where I'm at, it's cold. It's real cold. So you can't change, you can't elevate at that time. You can't grow at that time. You can see your changes, but you can't do nothing. You kind of stagnate. That's the time to me to shed all that dry stuff that you don't need no more. So then when April do come, I do agree, in the springtime, then you able to start shedding light on those new changes you want to do and start thinking about new things to elevate yourself in that time. Because the wintertime is sometimes people get sad in the wintertime because it's so cold and you in the house.
Exactly. Yeah.
You ain't going
Depressing.
nowhere. Right.
Yeah.
So to me it's like nature is telling us what to do. We just ain't listening.
Ooh, I like how you said that. I'm gonna definitely touch on exactly what you said in a minute when I
Yeah.
speak. But that's you on to something.
Yeah. I feel like nature be telling us and we just all right, we're gonna do whatever. Because we so used to this pattern.
No, exactly. That's true. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So it's just I mean, we just gotta listen because if it's telling us to go in the house and chill, it's cold outside. Start shedding that dead weight. All that stuff you want to change and all that stuff you thinking about people, changes, places, all that. Dead that then. And then when it's starting to come new and your New Year's resolution start in April, May, then you able to really start thinking about how you could take that next step. That's what I think about it. It
No,
makes sense.
exactly. Anything else you want to touch on the subject of it?
Let's see. I wanted to know like why do we make New Year's resolutions in the wintertime for real? Because well, in New Year's, like at New Year's the first, we say we gonna lose weight, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. But then we usually start doing all that type of stuff until it's springtime because ain't nobody working out in no wintertime like that. You say it, you say you're gonna do it, you write it down, you tell people my New Year's resolution, but you don't start it probably usually until like it start getting nicer when you can
Yeah, exactly.
see
Like,
some
you might
change.
have it in your heart to say, okay, New Year's a new year,
Right,
New Year's resolution, I want to drop 20 pounds and this and that, I want to do this and that, and the third. But like you said, when you in Wisconsin, or you in the Midwest, or you in the East Coast, and you in New York, and it's
man.
20 below or it's 3 below, and it's cold, like that motivation to go to the gym be like, well,
Nope.
maybe I might wait till
Mm-mm.
March, April.
I
Yeah.
will Netflix and chill and order something and hope somebody deliver it because it's cold.
Nah, facts. This definitely the season where it's cuddle season. It's chilling. It's we hiding right now.
Right, hibernating.
We in our
It,
duck off season. We definitely in our
yep.
hibernation. Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
and that's nature. Nature is telling us to hibernate when it's cold. And
No,
then when it start getting nicer, then you can start manifesting your next step.
no
Or
facts.
not
No,
even nicer. When it start getting nicer and it started like what trees start to go bloom again, grass start to get greener. That's when you start to really like get more in a positive space in your head.
yeah, no facts. No facts. But no,
But yeah,
I definitely get and I receive your intake on it and everything. Just so as far as my take on it is this. So, like you said, the biggest thing that we can look at in this universe is Mother Nature. Before we
yeah,
had clocks, before we had calendars, before we had any of this man-made stuff and anything written down on paper, we were still able to tell time. We were still able to tell seasons, and they was doing
exactly.
that purely off of Mother Nature. They wasn't using no like I said, they wasn't using Google. They wasn't using no
Mm-mm.
calendars. They wasn't using none of that stuff. They was going purely off of nature. And Mother Nature is the biggest example of what we should be doing and how we should be moving and when we should be moving. So
Right.
look at it like, okay, for instance, a woman's pregnancy cycle it bases on 28 days,
Yep.
4 weeks. It bases on 28 days. A woman's menstrual cycle bases on 28 days. The moon cycles every 28 days.
Yep.
Like it's so many things that add up to the
That
28 day
28.
theory of it. And to tie that back into what I'm saying as far as that is like if everything cycles within 28 days, it's really 13 months. It's really not 12 months. It's really
Right.
like if you look at how it's designed even in the Bible or even back in Latin terms or even back in October is eight. Oc is like an octopus. An octopus oc literally
Yeah.
means
Eight,
eight in
8 months.
Latin. Like November is nine, I believe. September is seven. Like it's telling us the way it's supposed to be if we
Right.
just listen to what the world is telling us, if we listen to what nature is telling us. So it's really like the months ain't even in line to what they're supposed to be. December is the 10th month. You know what I mean? September isn't the ninth month. Like these things that we've been told ain't really the facts.
And
They
it's
don't
hard.
really add up. It's really supposed to be 13 months and 28 days in each month. Like the
Right.
only month that actually follows the real cycle of it is February. Ironically, that's
28
the official
days.
month. But
28
so
days.
it's every month should have 28 days. We should be cycling
Yep.
in that aspect. April is really the new year. That's why
Right.
they call it April Fool's Day because you
Right.
fooling the world. They
Right.
like you said, we hibernating. If you look at bears, like they don't they're in the season when we call it the New
Yep.
Year, Mother Nature is asleep. They somewhere chilling. They somewhere hibernating. They
They be
somewhere ducked
knocked
off.
out.
They knocked out. They knocked out. Even
Yep.
like Groundhog Day and all that type of stuff. They burrowing under the ground. Mother Nature ain't even present in that time. Like the everything
Moving.
is dead. The leaves is dead.
Right.
The trees is dead. It's cold. It's just debilitating. You don't feel that
Bugs is
energeticness of
away.
like spring. Yeah, the bugs ain't even. Everything ain't pollen. Ain't even like the flowers ain't even. Nothing is
Yeah.
really fully woke and
In
alive
the
in that
winter.
in that
Or
season. But yeah, Mother
in that
Nature
time
tells us
frame.
like
Yeah.
it's giving us that time, letting us know. Okay, look. the world is waking up, the universe is waking up, the flowers is waking up, the trees, the insects, the animals, the creatures, like everything is coming back to life. That's our symbol to let us know that this is a new year. Now we're supposed to be starting fresh. Now we're supposed to be
It's a new
going
time.
and doing everything we're supposed to be doing. Because even if you look at certain animals, like I got a turtle, and if I count the scales on my turtle shell, it's 13.
Yeah.
It's 13 and 28. If you count the outer scales of the turtle shell, it's 28. If you count the big scales on their back, it's 13. And that symbolizes the number of months of 13 months, and it symbolizes the 28 days. Like it all,
Hey,
like I said, Mother Nature is always
mm,
gonna show us and always tell us what
always
what what we
telling
need
us,
to hear,
yeah,
what we need to know. So even like details like that is what made me realize, like, okay, this isn't when we're supposed to be manifesting and bringing in our new season, because we doing
right.
it in the middle of dead. It's like trying to start a garden in the wintertime. Like, it's not gonna happen.
You're
You
supposed to
can't
be able
plant
to, yeah,
things into the
you
ground.
shedding old
Yeah,
stuff at that time. Yeah, like a
yeah. You
snake. You
can't start a
shed that
garden in the
skin.
wintertime.
Yep. Well, no, not like a
Exactly,
snake.
exactly.
I take that back. This I don't like the snake analogy. So nah. Like, but it's the dead of the skin and taking away that skin, with that skin going away and
Yeah, we shed and we
yeah,
shed it into new forms.
new
Like we
shed.
gotta we
Yeah,
gotta start fresh and be able to have a new ground to be able to lay new foundation on, and that really ain't prevalent in the wintertime to me. So
right.
that's how I feel like the New Year's, and this is it's a lot of different creators. It's a lot of other people that can give y'all more insight on this
More
on this
insight on
topic,
that. Yeah,
and be able to look into it if you want to go do your own research and look it up and stuff like that. Like even on TikTok or YouTube, and the information is out there, but that's a big thing. Is I'm not gonna get too deep into why they manipulated us into this. I mean, it also falls into our creativity, into our manifestation, into our godly powers and our godly
what we was
essence
taught
to
since we
be
was
able
little.
to misguide us. The whole point is to
Yeah,
misguide us, whether it be TV, whether it be drugs, whether it be sex, whether it be, the whole point is to
books.
misguide us and lead us astray from how we're supposed to be really moving, because we're supposed
Yeah,
to be in tune with nature. Like we are nature. We're supposed to be in tune with nature from our hair to
like
our
one with yeah.
everything is
We supposed to
one
be
with
one with
the
nature.
universe. Yeah,
Right.
we out of sync, and to create that out of syncness puts us at a disability when it comes to our manifestations. When it
Our
comes to bringing
balance.
that good energy, that balance, that good karma, that everything that we trying to bring into who we are as a being, like it's
Right.
there to disrupt us.
It throws
So
off the balance for sure.
yeah, it's definitely there to throw us off our balance. So officially, we celebrate New Year. We popping our bottles, we popping our firecrackers, we popping all of that,
In
and
in April,
that's what we doing.
April,
What we
May,
doing.
April and
April,
May.
May.
One of them,
Yeah.
one of them, because it'd be nicer. I can really actually you didn't reflect it all winter, and now you got new revelations.
New revelations, no, for real. But see, now that we didn't put that to bed, we're gonna
Put
move on
that
to
to
the next
bed.
next topic. On to the next topic.
All
Now,
right.
this next one,
What's the next one?
this next one here is a very. I'm gonna get your take on it first. I'm gonna ask you, but I just want to give a little disclosure for the viewers. This next topic is a very controversial in the
Very.
community. It's very controversial among social media,
Everybody.
among everybody, among men, among women, among everybody that's really in existence right now. It's a big topic that's
Yeah.
been going on for the last probably 8 to 10 years. This a discussion, like, so it's 50-50 in relationships.
Um,
Now, with with your situation as a single mother, my situation, like, what is your take on being on men and women going 50-50 in a relationship? Do you feel like the man should pay everything? Do you feel like the woman should work? Do you feel like that she should be taking care of the kids and the house while he goes out and work? Like, what do you feel like is the proper way to
proper like
address?
hmm. So I know what I was taught is the man carries the marriage and all that type of stuff and the old school way to me. Um, I think if I 50/50, I'm a big believer. It just like alleviates like a lot of stress, unwanted bro imbalance sometimes. That argument start when somebody else got making more money and you feel less than or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes some arguments start because of that upper hand that person got or that person has when that they giving 75 or 80% and you giving 20 or you giving 30 they giving 70. They got a little bit of an upper hand. Just a realistic thing. Now they might not use it all the time. Some people just, hey, I do it. I got you. But if they do, then that's when the complications start. And
Yeah.
then that imbalance of power start. And that's caused a whole nother ball game. So I'm a believer in 50-50 for real. Because I feel like it is, I mean, it shouldn't, one person shouldn't carry all that weight, that stress. That's a lot. For me, myself, my personal situation, that's a lot of for one person to carry. Like you get your check and you like, dang, I gotta do all this.
Oh yeah, it's gone before you.
Well,
It's gone before you cash it.
before you even cash it, soon as it hit that account, you know half of that money is gone.
Oh yeah, shoot.
So
Depending on how much you
it,
make, it might be more than half of
exactly,
that is gone.
it more than half. So just think about one person carrying double that, basically. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of shoot, a lot of arguments.
No, for real. Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is.
That it just feel like 50-50 to me will like even out the playing field. So we both know where we at. We both know what we bring it to the table. And we both know we even in this. It's like the respect is even. You respect me, I respect you. Like I don't see you going out there and buying a $2,000 TV or not, I take that back. Gaming system or whatever. $2,000. And if it's your money, then hey, you feel like you could do that. But if it's a household, it's different.
Yeah. It is different. It is different. All the expenses and everything got to be like delegated. You got to damn near have a conversation before you
Right.
can make a purchase. You feel me? You got to get approval from the
I mean,
from spousal approval before you can.
pre-approval.
You got to get
Yeah,
spousal approval before
pre-approval.
you can go buy that PS5, my guy. You can't just,
Right.
we got the water bill due. You hear
You
me?
got a water bill. You can't go get them new shoes right now.
Uh-huh.
You gotta hold off and get some groceries for real because food alone. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah, food alone is crazy these days. Especially
like
if you're eating
you could
healthy. It's
say
crazy.
right. Like you could say one person, okay, you pay this, and that. It still ain't gonna level up into that whole big price of rent or mortgage that you paying because somebody gonna be paying more eventually. It's just not gonna even out that playing field.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I
Especially
look
here
at
in
50
New
50
Orleans.
like it don't necessarily, like you said, it don't necessarily have to be like exactly 50-50. I'm investing $1,000
Right.
into this relationship a month. You investing $1,000 into this relationship a month. It
Yeah.
don't necessarily have to be like, okay, like the just specifically designated or to like a certain amount or a certain salary or a
Ex-
certain cap on each
right.
individual. But I feel like I'm also a believer of 50-50. I'm primarily though, first let me say this out the gate. I'm a believer in do what works for you. To each his
Right.
own.
That's true.
So
That's
if you're
true.
in a household where the woman makes $10,000 a month and the man makes $2,000 a month, and the woman might not be the best cook, the man might be the best cook in a house.
Right.
And we
It's the
always look at,
even.
like you said, the
Hmm.
old school methods of it, and it's like, okay, well, the woman supposed to clean, the woman supposed to cook, the woman supposed to do the laundry, the woman supposed to, in
Oh,
2024, a
that's
lot of women
even
don't know how
too.
to cook. A lot of women don't know how to cook. A lot of women don't want to clean. Like a lot of men, I'm not gonna have my girl scrubbing no toilets, scrubbing
Right.
no cleaning no grout out off the tiles or the ground and stuff like that, and scrubbing the bathtub and all that type of stuff. I don't feel comfortable as a man doing that. Like in our household, growing up, I was a I y'all not touching the trash. You're not taking out the trash like type stuff. It's
No, we
certain
didn't take
stuff
out no
that
trash.
yeah, and y'all not mopping and doing all that type of stuff. It's certain stuff that we was raised kind of different. It was
We
like this
right.
is
Yeah. I
everybody has
agree.
chores. We all grew up with chores, and it's like these are the boy chores, these are the girl chores type stuff.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel like that still relates to us as adults. Like in my
Like
household,
those gender
I'm a better
roles.
cook. I'm a way better cook than my girl. So of course, and she works way more hours than me. Like we both work, but her shifts are 12, 13 hour shifts versus my 8 hour
Right.
shifts or 6, 7 hour shifts. So and then we grew up. Both of our parents cook. Pops know how to throw down. Moms know how to throw down.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I ultimately know how to throw down. So when it
Right.
comes to the cooking and stuff like that, I do the cooking in the house type stuff, and I do the cleaning. I do the. She might do the
Every meal?
laundry, huh?
You doing every meal?
Oh yeah, them to every meal. Yeah,
Okay.
she might cook
Right.
once every 2 weeks, something like that. She might see a recipe on TikTok and just want to cook for me
I
just
wouldn't
out of
mind that. Wouldn't
huh.
mind that.
You said
I
what?
wouldn't mind that. Getting a meal cooked here and there.
Oh yeah, I'm cooking. Yeah, I cook damn near every night. I'm the primary cook in the house. But like ours is like I feel like that like like I said, I feel like it's situational. Do what's best for you. But at the end of the day,
Right.
I feel like 50-50 is something that we should all be investing in, something that we should all thrive for, because at the end of
Yeah,
the day, like
I agree.
realistically, in a household where it's you got the wife, you got the husband, we got two kids. You know, if the man is doing everything and he's the only person going to work and bringing in the income, okay, say that man gets sick. Now
Then
our
what?
whole household is messed up. School
Yep.
clothes for the kids, groceries, rent, bills,
Groceries,
everything is put to the side. Everything is on the
medical
back burner.
care,
Yeah, everything is on the back burner. If this man gets sick, if this man gets injured on the job, anything that happens, if he
anything.
Lord forbid, if he die, anything that happens, now the family is crushed. You know,
Right.
if you look at like other cultures and Asian cultures or Hispanic cultures, you know, the whole house be working. It
The
be
whole
mama in there,
house.
daddy in there,
Yep.
grandmama in there, uncle in there, and the children, and everybody got a job.
Grandparents still working.
Yeah, grandparent, everybody is contributing to our household. Like at the end of the day, we building generational wealth. That's the goal, is to build generational wealth.
That's
That's
the goal.
everybody's goal, is
That
generational wealth.
should
Even the
be.
women who don't want to work say, "Oh, I want generational wealth for my kids." You can't get
Right.
generational wealth off of one income, unless
Not
you a
one income.
doctor, a lawyer, a
No.
nurse, or got your own business and you're doing some real
Right.
prestigious. Like that's rare. The average
That's rare.
American is working a 9 to 5 job, so
Right.
it's out of realistic measures to think that the average American working a 9 to 5 job, male, is
And
going to be able to suffice and create generational wealth and take care of his whole household
with that one job.
with that one job, that one income. It's not realistic. It's not realistic.
Yeah,
If we
it's
both
not.
working, if we
It's
both
not.
bringing something to the table, and then it makes it easier. Now, when we say we want to put the kids through college and start a college fund, okay, babe. Well, I'm gonna take care of this for this month, this for the next 6 months, so you can be able to start the fund for the kids and use your money for
Right.
this, or we can be able to use
Mm-hmm.
money to put together. We want to go to Aruba, or we want to go to Dubai. We got two incomes, and we can be able to plan these family trips, or plan these relationship trips, or
Exactly.
plan these anniversary trips, or do anything that we need to do. Like with
That's
the
why I
two
just start
incomes, it's
in a
always two
sense.
heads is better than one. Like so,
Right.
you're gonna win when you got a whole household that can stand on its
A
own.
whole
Like
house network. Yep.
exactly, you get sick, I can still be able to pick up the slack. I get sick, you can pick up the
Right.
slack. Whether it be, it don't like I said, it don't have to be specific. Where okay, I might be paying the rent and you paying all
It
the
could be
bills,
part
and
time.
we go half on the
Yep.
groceries and half on everything for the kids. But as long as you got a
Exactly.
multiple income household, like I feel like that's the best way to win and create generational wealth. It's
It
harder to get
is.
there. It's kind of impossible to get there when you just got one person doing all the work.
Right. Right. Because that's like putting everything on one person back.
Exactly. You putting the whole thing on one person back. Even if
And
you
you
might be
want
the
that
best
person
cook
to
in the
carry
world,
the
you might be the best
generation.
mom, but at the same
Right.
time, it's like that's not a full contribution to me. And I'm not saying that to discredit those who do it. If you in a position where you can take care of the household and take care of the kids,
I
and that man is
mean,
making enough money to, by all means, do y'all. But in order for us to have full growth, like our mom's was a business owner, you know,
man,
mom's been
she's
having her
right.
own business and
But she
working
built
and
herself
grinding.
up to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And then now she got it to a place where if a grandchild or one of her children wanted to take over that will be the next generation taking over that business while she
and that's how
starts
you create
another one.
generational wealth.
And that's how you
That's how you
create
create
generational
generational wealth.
wealth.
You
You
start a
can't do it on
business, you
that.
start a company, you start a
Yeah.
brand, you build it up to a certain level. You teach the
Right.
kids, you show them the ropes of it. People go get certain degrees. If we got a assistant family home, you know, two of the children need to be going to school for nursing.
Yeah.
Two of them need to be going to school for social work. Two of them
Somebody
need to be going to
social
school to
work
be
nurse.
certified drivers of the
Exactly.
truck. So we can have everything within our own household, everything within our family,
Yep.
even if it's extended, where it's cousins and nieces and nephews, and
You ain't gotta
but
hire outside.
we don't got to hire outside. We can create our own family business, our own family structures, and
Yep.
create our own communities and have our own thing. So we got our own niche on the block. The next family got theirs on the same on the block, and the Joneses got a lawn service, and they got a
Exactly.
grocery store, and then we got a corner store, and then we got the adult family home. It's like, you know, we creating
Right.
that community. That's creating generational wealth, and not only to create generational wealth in our own household, but in our culture. Period. And
In
now
our
we can grow and
culture.
expound on that. Like, okay, it's cool to be to you know, some people feel like they too fine to work, or they look too good, or they cook too good, or they clean too good, they cook too good. All that
Man,
is cool, but
it's cool, but you gotta
it's
work for what
cool,
you
but
want.
is that really going to benefit your kids? Past the point of you cooking for them and looking good on Instagram
No.
and looking good on, that's not. It's not
Mm-mm.
really. It's not going to put them through college. This good pussy ain't putting them through college. This good dick
Nope.
ain't putting them through college.
Not at
Like it's
all.
not. get up and let's play our roles as a community to make
Unless
sure that
that good,
we all get
unless that good pussy guy like a rich dude who can put your kids through
attached to
college,
it, yeah.
which
Or
is
unless you
not
on OnlyFans,
realistic.
unless you got it on OnlyFans, you making an income and you busting it wide loose. So if you
Then you might be able to do
yeah,
that,
you
but
might be
like,
onto something. Yeah,
nah.
you might be onto something. But I mean,
But
but at
in
the
the
end of the
real
day, like
world,
I feel like 50-50 is an equivalent to generational wealth,
yeah,
and
I
I feel like
agree.
that's something else that we've been taught, that we've been misguided on, to keep us at a certain level
Because
of
we was younger.
rehabilitation and keep us under, where it's like, okay,
Yep.
this man isn't worthy if he's not doing this. This household ain't worthy if they're not making this type stuff. But
Or you're not
and
man
just
enough.
yeah, he's not man enough to take
Or
care of
she
all the
not
bills
a
and all the
woman enough because she's
responsibilities
not
and
cooking. Yeah.
yeah, it's not. It's I don't feel
Yep.
like it's realistic. I feel like if you meet your counterpart, y'all should be able to both come together.
Where
What's your
y'all
strong
at?
points? What's your weak points? What you good at? What
Yep.
you don't like doing? What you do like doing? And we split the responsibilities total, and we get it done, and we get it
And we
accomplished,
get
and
it
we
done
yeah,
and keep it
exactly,
moving. Like gender
exactly,
roles to me, I don't. I believe, hey, whoever got their best skill, do what you got to do, and I'll support you through it. Like
exactly.
if you can cook better than me, like you said, hey, you do that, and I do this part. I'm good at math. Let me do the bills. Let me
Yeah,
do the budget. Like, but it's all about respect
yeah, it's all about
for real.
respect. It's all about respecting it and being comfortable and self aware in your roles. Like me, I love cooking. I might be in the kitchen with nothing but an apron on. You feel me? And my girl love to come in. She love to come in the house and see me in nothing but the apron on. No socks, no drawers, no nothing. I'm standing at the stove
Just
with
cooking.
just the apron on, so I don't get
Just
burnt. You feel me? Cooking, whipping, and my birthdays too. I'm pretty sure
when
a lot of women would enjoy that, and I'm pretty sure a
I
lot of
mean,
men would enjoy that too. You feel me? But
yeah,
it's just doing what your
yes.
strong suit is to make the relationship flourish.
What strong suit is? It's for
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do to make the household
like
grow.
for real. I mean, that's a not for my brother, but for another. Yes, I would love to come home
Oh
and see
yeah.
that. But mom taught you right, bro.
But now that we didn't put that to bed,
Right.
I have my two topics that I wanted to address and I wanted to discuss. I'm gonna leave the floor up to you to bring the next two topics in so we can put them to bed and let's get to it. I'm having
And
a good
that's it.
time so
Okay.
far.
So one of my main things is social worker. I'm a social worker,
Hmm.
and I work with a lot of people who don't look like me.
Okay.
Uh, it ain't even all white people. It could be any other who don't look like me
Yeah,
or
yeah.
who ain't brown.
Okay.
And how do you deal with that in the corporate world, being black in the corporate workplace, just your job on a day to day? How do you deal with being a black person and having to hold your tongue when you want to kind of like
Pop
snap off
off.
sometimes?
Yeah, when you want to pop off. Man,
You want to
look
pop
at
off,
that like you know, just to start here, we've been in this skin our whole life. I've been in this skin my whole life. I've been a black man in
right?
America my whole life. From the locks to the tattoos to the clothing, the way I dress, the way I talk, the
Yeah,
way I move. It instantly grabs certain people and pulls them towards you. But at the same
right.
time, it instantly pushes a certain other aspects of people and communities
Yeah,
and
back.
away from you. And a lot of that don't
Hmm.
exist in the corporate world. Like they say we code switch, and code switching is basically when you go from hey, you go from what's happening, bro, to hey, how you doing, and
Yep,
people and your
we
own
do.
people to look at you funny for you putting on your whole your corporate voice or your what they call it, your
Or
white voice or your corporate
your
voice or
white
your
voice.
yeah
Hmm.
yeah yeah your professional voice. But I mean, I look at it like you got to be able to blend in any surroundings. There's nothing wrong
We
with
do.
I don't call it like being fake or being phony or code switching. Or I feel like if you're an
That's an
intellectual,
ass.
yeah, exactly. If you're an intellectual or if you're a survivor, you're going to adapt. You're going to adapt
Yeah,
in whatever aspects you do. Like how I'm talking right now and with letting my full accent hang out. This ain't the way I talk when I'm at work. I'm
right.
in customer service. Like I'm in the corporate world myself. I got my own business. I do my personal training. I do my music. I do
Yep,
my poetry. But at the same time, I work a 9 to 5 as well. And I'm not coming to
exactly.
work with my locks just hanging down and just talking like, man, what's happening with y'all? You ain't how you feel? You good? Like
Talking away.
we
Hmm.
we 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 put on a certain level of professionalism to
Yep, you
to
have
to
to.
fit in, to blend in. And a lot of us, like especially, I feel like the higher you go up the ladder, the less you gonna
Mm.
see of your people, and that's just what it is. Like it's
It
sad, but
is.
it's the reality. The higher you
It
go up that
is.
ladder, that corporate ladder, the less you're gonna see people that look like you. You know,
Yeah,
you gonna
that's
go from
true.
being you gonna go from sitting in the room with 4, 5 of us to getting a promotion. Now it's three, 4 of
Now
us in
it's
the room.
two
So when you get
or
another
one.
promotion,
Yeah,
it's 2, 3 of us in the room. Where you get that high
yeah.
up in the ladder, where you in the main meetings and the main corporate meetings, and you a decision maker. It might be just
You're
you in
the
that room.
only one. Yeah,
You gonna be the only one in that room 9 times out of 10. You get to
exactly.
a certain level
Yeah,
of accomplishments. You're gonna be the only person in that room that
you
looks
do.
like you.
You
So
are.
in order to be able to
Or
like
that
blend
healing.
in, sometimes you gotta hold your tongue. Sometimes you can't pop off and say what you want to say. But that don't even
Right.
just apply to the corporate world to me. That applies to overall survival. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
go
it
into
does.
somebody else's place of business and act a fool. If I'm coming in here, if I'm coming into this bank for a personal loan, or if I'm coming into this bank for a business loan, I'm gonna have that same level of professionalism and that
Exactly.
same code switch, and I'm gonna put that same voice on to talk to these people to get this money that I'm trying to make my money at in my
You
regular
got
job.
to.
Yeah, you gotta adjust. You gotta be able to know how you blend in certain surroundings and know where you can and when you can't fully be yourself. And I
Yourself.
don't say that to say like being fake, but I say that to say like because
Right.
even me when I'm at work and I'm in my professionalism and I'm in my professional bag and I'm associating with my colleagues or I'm associating with customers or I'm doing my customer service thing and I'm putting on my big ego and my big smile. I'm not faking. I'm still being myself. But this is just another
Exactly. It's
aspect.
a
This is just
different
another
level.
aspect of me.
Yep.
Because when you see me
It's a different
outside of this,
level.
you might be like, "Dang, bro, you totally different. You don't even sound the same when you outside of work." Well, yeah, I don't. This is another aspect of me. This is an aspect of me that don't necessarily coexist or correlate with what I got going on in the corporate world, and
Right.
you got to know how to distinguish that and differentiate the two in order to
In
be
different
successful.
rooms.
Like
Yeah.
you got to be able to blend in any room. I feel like I'm not finna send this white pastor from Madison, Wisconsin, to talk to this black community in Atlanta, Georgia. Like
Yeah.
no matter what message
Exactly.
you saying, you could be giving me the best message of God you got. It's not gonna hit the
No,
same because I don't relate to you. It's not gonna hit
you
the
don't
same. The
relate.
delivery, yeah.
Exactly.
They say don't shoot the messenger, but sometimes the messenger is all we got because the message
Off.
ain't gonna hit the same if it ain't coming from a righteous messenger. That's like somebody with rotten teeth being my dentist. I'm
Right.
not trusting you to touch my
I can't
mouth when
believe
I come in.
you.
Yeah, I ain't trusting you to touch my mouth when I come in there and you got all your fronts missing. You got 3 teeth in your mouth, and I'm trying to keep all these 30s in mind. You feel me? So it's just about
Like it just don't.
yeah, it just don't add up.
It
So
don't
it's
vibe.
about blending in to get the best out of your professional situation, and just realizing that the higher you
Right,
go up, the less you're gonna see of you. But at the same time, the higher you go up, and the more of us you can pull up with you. So don't
man.
feel bad for being in them spaces where you the only black person in the room, or you the only brown person in the room, or you the only you mean create that space where you can bring more of us into that
For
room and groom others and let
yep.
them know like look bro when you get up here when we at work when I bring you into this board meeting you're gonna have to
Exactly.
I ain't billionaire Billy Goat when we get in this room for I'm Billy you feel me we gotta be able
Yep.
to adjust that but that's how I feel on the being black in the corporate world I feel like it's always gonna be a struggle it's always gonna be something that we gotta eventually
It's
overcome
always
by just pulling more of us into the box and pouring more of us into that realm
yeah.
and promoting that to our youth and promoting that to our people to just get more degrees and go after these professional jobs and get them spaces. But until we create that where it's a safe space where all of us can just be in there and be ourselves and it's just that continuity, we gotta play the game how it's supposed to be played
So
until we make the rules of it.
so my job does like they try to do that. And when they introduce is this thing called Create Conversations, right? So they tell us they gave us a couple books, a couple of courses, trainings or whatever, and then we are supposed to when that uncomfortable conversation is supposed to happen, you're supposed to go to a person and basically let them know that well show them that they have privilege, show them that okay this is you have privilege,
Hold on, run that
like
by me one more time.
so it's called Creates Conversation. So like say I had to have one this year because somebody demeaned my role because of who I am, and I had to go talk to her about okay you might not respect me being a black social worker because you don't see many of me, but this is where I'm at. So you got to respect that. And this is my role, and you can't take that from me. Period.
Exactly.
So I had to kind of let her know, like, you have white privilege. You use that to your advantage. So I need you to know that I recognize that. I need you to be aware of that as well.
No, that makes sense. That makes
And that's
perfect
how
sense.
you kind of open the door to that conversation.
How did
You got
she
to kind of call people
how did
out. Is what it is.
that said person, not to sidetrack, but how did that said person respond to such a forward approach
I,
in that? I mean, I'm just out of curiosity.
because I had to, meditate on this and talk to my supervisor first. And This has been going on since last year. So at this point, we are at, I got to let you know, or it's
Yeah,
going to continue going on.
yeah, yeah.
And she took it with strides this time. We had this conversation a couple times, but I think this year she came in with a different outlook and she gave it a chance and she understood where I was coming from. I felt respected. I'll say
Okay,
that.
okay. She understood the
I
assignment.
felt
New year,
more,
new her.
no, I won't even say respected. I'll take that back because I have to see that. I felt heard in that moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a difference. It's a difference between being heard and being respected. But it's a thin
Yes.
line because to be heard is to be respected. Because if you don't
But
have any kind of
it got to be
respect for me, you're probably
shown.
not gonna hear what I gotta say. You're not gonna even try to hear what I.
Right. Like if we ain't got no personal relationship, we got a professional. So at this point, I've told you a couple times, so now you got to show me that like, okay, she respects me as a professional. I haven't seen that, so now I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt,
Okay.
and then just she respected me in that moment, and that's all I can ask for. But yeah, I've had those conversations a lot. It's uncomfortable.
So how do you feel like do you feel like being black in the corporate world has made you a better person or made you like realize or see certain things, or do you feel like it gave you it put more tools in your
Mm,
tool bag in life, or do you feel like it's like
yeah, absolutely.
rehabilitating you, you feel like it empowers you or weakens you?
And it's crazy. You said you named every single feeling emotion I've had in the last couple years being in this role in a different profession, like good professionalism. Because when you say you hit certain, stagnant, certain statuses that you are the only one in the room sometimes. So that makes it harder. It makes it harder to be you sometimes, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm muting myself and being phony, and I ain't no fake person. So it's hard
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
like, okay, girl, you're not being fake. You're just being professional.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
to put
It's a
on right
difference.
now. You got to put on.
It's definitely a difference. You got to put on. You got to
Yeah.
put on. You got to know what to pull out your tool bag. If you a perfect handyman, I don't care if you fix cars, if you fix houses,
Right.
you got to know when to pull out your tool for
Want to
what
turn it on
job.
and turn it off.
I can't pull out this power drill when I need a screwdriver to just take this out, or I can't use the
Right.
screwdriver to pull out this nail when I really need the hammer and turn it
Yeah.
around and pull this nail
Hmm.
out. You got to know which tools to pull out your toolbox at the right time, and that don't mean that I'm fake or I ain't loyal to this screwdriver. No, the screwdriver ain't the tool for the job right now.
Right.
I'm a whole
I need
handyman.
that
You're a whole
hammer.
handy woman in life. So you
Right.
just about knowing like what tools do you need to get the job done at that time.
And
And
that,
don't ever
yeah,
feel like you being fake or untrue to yourself because that's you. That's you that's walking in that
that's how I
corporate
feel
room. That's you
sometimes
that's putting on
because you feel like,
that uniform. So
yeah,
that's you. At the end of the
like you
day,
putting that
that's still
mask
you.
on for a second.
Yeah, but that's still you. We all have our masks. We all have our masks that we wear
Right.
daily. Even when we meet new people in social settings, we're not just fully as comfortable as we is. We're
Yeah.
not fully ourselves. We showing the aspect of ourselves. It's just like with an astrology. You got your rising sign and you
Right.
got your moon signs. You got all the different
Your
signs, but
moon
one of them is
sign.
like the
Yeah.
sign that people see when they first meet you. Like the energy that you give people when they first meet you is like, okay, this person might be reserved or come off stuck up or
Right.
come off smart or come off
Or,
shy and really you the life of the party. Really you boisterous. Really you
it's,
animated. Really you
right.
talkative. But you're just not
But it
comfortable
don't
yet in
come
that
off like
setting.
that at first.
You don't come up like that at first. You're not comfortable in that
Yep.
setting. So you got a mask on. You got a mask on
Yeah.
that's until you feel comfortable enough to be to show another
To
aspect
be,
and take that mask off. And it's layers. We like onions, so
it
it's
is. It's
different
like an
layers
onion.
to
Yep.
us.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
when you a supreme
Like,
being, you got layers. Because like I said, even
exactly.
my job is full of brown people. My manager is black,
Oh,
but besides my manager being black, I'm the only.
mine
Well, no,
too.
it's one other black person that working there with me. It's a black woman. It's my manager's a black woman, and then I have a black woman that's a coworker, and then it's me. And out of like 20 people in there,
Oh,
yeah, out of like 20 people in there,
oh,
it's
you,
like
you,
that's it, that's it.
so it's
But
three of y'all.
but to not to say like they not white people. I mean, I ain't got nothing against no white people anyway, but they
No,
color people. They brown people. They most of them are like
brown.
Mexican
Right,
Mexican
right, right,
descent.
right.
But so we still got that certain continuity, but
Hispanic, yeah, they still one of us. Yeah,
yeah, they
still one of
still
us.
us. They still us. But it's still
Right.
like still certain cultural differences and still type of stuff. Like when they
Definitely.
they might bring up a dessert or a dish or in the conversation of a match, and I might be like, oh damn, what's that? Even half of our customers in the area that we in, a lot of our customers, 50% of our customers come through there speaking Spanish. And so even right
Oh,
now I'm
really?
teaching myself more Spanish to be able to learn and be able to keep up and be able to,
That's a
talk to the
skill I wish
customers
I've
and
had.
relate. Yeah, so it's just about blending in. I don't
It,
never
it
make
is.
I don't ever feel uncomfortable, but sometimes I do feel like like I gotta find my place. I don't feel out of place because any place I'm in is a place I'm supposed to be. I'm a big believer of that. Any place I'm in is a place I'm supposed to be. God don't make
Find
no
my
mistakes.
place. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so I don't
perfectly
feel out of
said.
place, but I feel like sometimes I just gotta find my place.
Find my place. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's perfectly said. That's kind of how I feel. Like you got to find your place sometimes,
Yeah, exactly.
because I'm talking to somebody who is the same level as me. We both got masters, so you can't down
You
me.
can't belittle
I
me. Yeah, you
can't
can't
down
little
you.
kid
We
me.
the same.
You can't little girl me. You can't son me. You
Exactly.
can't daughter me. You got we
Yep.
here. We both equal. We both
We
here.
here. We
Even if
here.
we
We
don't
even.
our life struggles or our background, our DNA maybe. But
Exactly.
as far
Totally
as
different.
in this realm of professionalism, in this realm of understanding, in this realm of
Yep.
knowledge, are we equal? So treat me as
We
an equal, and I'm
equal.
gonna treat you as equal. We on equal playing
So I
field.
need to, exactly. So that's why I
Yeah.
went to her like that. So that way we are equal. But I need you to know how you've been making me feel for the last year and a
Yeah, I needed
half.
to know that you don't make me feel equal, and that I don't, and I'm
Right.
not going to tolerate
Yep.
that. And you don't always got to be like, "Oh, I'll beat your ass," or "I get on."
No,
You ain't always got to.
exactly.
You don't always have to
Exactly.
do that in order to get your
It's the
point
way you
across.
turn on and turn off. Like right
Yeah.
now, I'm a little turned on, like because I'm like, oh, yes, I let her know how I feel, but then my me, it is what it is. When I get in the car, I put on Megan, Glorilla,
Oh yeah.
Cardi, put on
Yeah.
all my stuff, and I get lit, like
Yeah.
lit.
We outside. Yeah, we outside. Once
We
we
outside,
outside, we
but
outside.
we outside.
But inside, I'm gonna
Like,
use my
listen,
inside. I'm
that
gonna use my
mask is
inside voice
off.
when I'm inside. But then I'm gonna go outside and
Right.
just yeah.
Exactly. I even take a
Yeah.
different route so I don't see no parents. So I can do my own thing and leave me alone. I'm off the clock.
No facts. No fact. Big fact. But okay. Okay.
But yeah,
We can kind of put that to bed.
yeah, we need to put that to bed. That was a good discussion about that. So we both experienced on different levels, but at the same time.
No, for real. Not for
So we
real.
need to put that to bed. The last thing I wanted to kind of like bring up, last topic I had was being a perfectionist. Like being a perfectionist, a person who just like they standards high for themselves and for other people.
Hmm.
Um, so that can bring on some mental health things like anxiety, OCD, things like that, because you always gotta have things in order.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
gotta be perfect. So like I wanted to know like what your thoughts was on that. Like because we putting this last thing to bed, what's your thoughts on being like a perfectionist and the correlation with anxiety or any mental health, or have you experienced that?
Okay, okay, that's a good question. That's a good topic. I feel like yes, for one, to say it out the gate, yes, I have experienced that. I experience
Yeah.
that on a daily because I'm a perfectionist. At the end of the
Right.
day, like with my
Me
music,
too.
with my poetry, with my personal training, with this podcast, with who I am as a person, even at work, like I'm a perfectionist. I got OCD. Like everything got to be, you know me,
Yep.
everything got to be clean,
It's the
everything
same.
got to be in order, everything got to be
Yep.
lined
Me
up
too.
perfect. I got to be able to move and navigate through the room and be able to know, like, okay, damn, where did I leave this? Okay, bet I know exactly where
Right.
it's at because I put it there. And it's, I'm that type of person where everything got to be in order, everything has its place,
Certain
everything.
order.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like to be non-biased about it. I feel like it's a gift and a curse
It
because it's a
is.
gift
Absolutely.
because you're gonna always have your strong points and you're gonna always be in order. You're gonna always have stuff lined up. You're gonna always have discipline. You're gonna always have structure. You're gonna always have these certain characteristics and qualities that you go about life and that help you move around life and move around
Right.
and level up and level up and level up. But at the same time, I feel like it can be debilitating because sometimes we become stagnant or we
Very.
procrastinate because we be so much in our head. It's like,
Our
damn, I want to
head.
do this. I want to even with the podcast thing. It's like, okay, I want to do it, but we gotta wait for this sign to come, or we gotta wait for this certain
Yeah. Yeah.
ambiance. I want
Yeah.
to wait till the background is perfect. I want to wait till I know how to do everything perfectly. I want to wait till I got the research
Right.
on everything and I know everything about podcasting
Yep.
before I just jump into it. And it's like
Just
if we
do
stay
it.
in that mind frame, it's like 3 4 months done passed and we ain't shot a damn episode yet
Exactly.
because we
Exactly.
too
So you
busy
got
trying
to
to
start.
get
Just
it
do it.
perfect. You too busy trying to
Yep.
get the same thing with the music. It's like I got 600 some. I can tell y'all better than I can tell y'all. I got over 600 songs written that I've written over my life, like, and this is over a period of like 7 8 years.
Oh yeah. So
Same
you've
years
been
over my
writing
entire
for a
life.
minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't even write music at first, but when I did start writing music,
Yeah.
I came with this. They and they used to call this the
Oh,
Bible.
dang. That's
So it's
thick.
literally over 600 songs in there. And out of them 600 songs, I ain't even released 10% of that. I ain't even released 60 songs on Apple Music and Spotify. And I got numerous outlets. Now I'm talking about, this type of
You
stuff
got
I done done.
600.
I
You
didn't
ain't
work
even
with, huh?
released how much? You didn't. Dang. I just
That's what
did
I'm
the math
saying.
in my head. So it's like,
I haven't even released 10% of that. I haven't even released 60 songs out of that 600 songs. And even with the platforms that I got, like I got a whole studio right behind me. You know what I
Right.
mean? I done did songs with
Yeah. Yeah.
major artists. I done did collaborations with major artists and celebrity. But it's like in my head sometimes it be like, no, this ain't perfect.
It's
This
not
ain't it.
enough.
I ain't. It
This
ain't
ain't
enough.
it.
I
Yep.
don't want to give them this. I don't. They don't even know who I am yet. So everything I give them
Right.
got to be perfect. It got to be this. It got to be that. Like so, just having it in my head, it stops me from being able to say like, you know what? I'm just gonna record. I'm just gonna drop. I'm just gonna drop because
And then
like I said, like I said in the interview I did yesterday, with this competition I won at this radio station. Shout out to Afro Vibes. But
here.
I said, don't hesitate. You know, she asked me what was my advice for new artists and for artists that's trying to get recognized and stuff like this. And I gave advice that I've been making sure that I regurgitate in my own head so I can get that
You
same
live
advice to
by,
myself.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's like this. It's like don't wait, don't wait, don't. Everything ain't got to be perfect because at the end of
No,
the
I
day,
don't.
everything might not never be perfect. You might not never get to that
It's
point of
not.
perfection where it's just like I can do this and I ain't got to worry about no flaws. I ain't got to
Right.
worry about no mistakes. I ain't got to worry about no mishaps. You always gonna have that. You always gonna
Always.
have the flaws.
You
You always
gotta
gonna have the
build
missteps. You always
towards
gonna have
what
the
you
mistakes. But
yeah.
people, the world, to what's thought to you might be sugar to the world.
Right.
So
That's true. That's true.
just because when you go in your bag and you season that food and it's like, damn, I didn't put too much salt on here. It might be perfect to the next person who tastes it.
To
You
the
never
next
know.
person, for
This
real.
over seasoned food
Hold
to
on.
you or under seasoned food to you might be the perfect dish for their palate, and you ain't never gonna know until you just chef it up and serve it to the people. Chef
And
it up
serve
and
it to
serve
the
it to the
people.
people, man, and let them get their aspect, or let them be the last deciders on if this dish is worthy to the public, because us being in our heads and us being perfectionists and us being like having our holding
Yeah.
ourselves to that certain level, sometimes it can pull us
It
down and
can
it can
knock you,
stagnate us in our progress, and
make
we
you
don't
hard on
always.
yourself.
Yeah, we too critical on ourselves, and we just got to
Yep.
put that to the side sometimes and just do it. Certain aspects of it, yeah, it works, and be that do and be the as perfect as you can. But a lot of times, like just give it your all and
Give it your
just do it,
all.
because by the time you release 50 songs, by the time you get to that 50th song, you done did it so much and it's repetitive so much and it's actual works and it's actual progress
Right.
and doing it, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be to
Hold
that
on,
level.
bro.
You're gonna get to that level of perfection that you want by just doing it. But if you just stay thinking about overthinking about it, overcompensating for it, and just worried about it, like it's gonna slow down your progress. Just do it. Just do it. Everything ain't gotta be perfect. Sometimes perfection is in the eye of the beholder, just like beauty. So
Right.
just move with purpose and just keep going.
Yep. Just move with
Just do it.
purpose and really gotta like give yourself some grace.
Yeah, so that's my take on it as far as being a perfectionist and how I feel like it
Okay.
can be a strength or a weakness. But yeah, that's about
It
it.
can.
But it's been put to bed for me. I want to hear your perspective on it. I want to see you grab your pillow and your blanket real quick.
So, so I'm gonna put this to bed. Like I feel like we was raised a certain way because of our military upbringing.
Right,
Kind of made us perfectionists. So it's kind of like you didn't have a choice because
facts,
you had everything was a little order in our household, order and structure is what it was.
facts.
So it was kind of like in our
In our DNA,
ingrained
yeah,
in us
yeah,
to
it's ingrained
be
in us.
like not perfect, but it's a certain order and structure. I don't need things to be done, and it got to be that way. Period. This is what it is. So I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking like, okay, I can do better. Is that enough or something? But honestly, who make me think and look at it differently is my son, who is in his 20 and he like made me look at it different, like just don't worry about it, just start doing it, stop thinking about it, just start doing it, don't even worry about what nobody think about you, because that's the main thing. You worry about other people's
Yeah,
perspective of you,
yeah. We worry
and
about
then
how
that's what makes you kind of like anxious about, okay, this is they looking at me, or they feeling a type of way, am I saying this correctly, whatever, am I dressed right, anything, because you're gonna question it, because look, it's judgment that come with it. It's just what it is. Like a judgment to come with it. So people who are perfectionists don't like that.
exactly. Yeah.
And
I mean,
when
we
you
like the
when
judgment. We just prefer the judgment be praises and not disapproval.
exactly, yeah, yeah, praise or gentle, a gentle judgment. Like you
Yeah.
too harsh with it, it'll shut a person down.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, but so my thing on like being a perfectionist is like you got to kind of give yourself grace more and really let yourself make the mistakes and learn from them and keep it pushing. Because when you a perfectionist, you just stuck right there.
Yeah, you get stuck in
Everything
the
gonna be in
box.
order, everything, and that's gonna cause you to go like
Shut
a
down.
little
Yeah, it's
shut
called
down and
stagnant.
crazy in your head. You're gonna always be crazy in your head, always anxious, always thinking about the next thing. And then always trying to one up yourself.
No,
Like you
fact.
can't one up yourself. Like so you can work harder at your goals and achieve more, but like you got to give yourself more. I mean, I know for me, I'm gonna say I'm gonna use the I statement. I got to give myself more grace because it is something that I struggle with.
Yeah, I mean,
And
and not even just
perfectionism.
you though. I feel like you got the right to say we because it's for all of us. All of us who fall in that category of being perfectionists. Like we got to give ourselves that grace. And you made a valid
Right.
point. I never really looked at it from that perspective as far as our upbringing and really paid attention to how much that plays a role
Oh
in
yeah.
people because some of us, like you said, we grew up in structure. We grew up in that environment where it's like, okay, there's got to be it got to be structured. It
Yep.
got to be perfect type shit to where you that ingrains in you
Like
to where you grow
military.
up feeling like that.
Yeah. Everything was an order. It was an order to everything. Even if it was madness, it was an order to it.
Nah, for real. Find that calm in
So
the chaos.
like yeah, yeah. So it's just like more. I think just retraining my brain to feel like to let myself know it's okay to mess up. It's okay to do this. Is I what I what I believe in that thing. Like it's a daily struggle. It's a daily struggle. It's like one day I'm saying you could do better than that. You messed up, and then on the other side is like yeah, nah, you good. You
Yeah,
did
you did
okay.
good. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you'll learn the next time and keep it moving. Cause you gotta do that.
Yeah,
Especially when we tell everybody else to do it and we hard on ourselves
exactly.
mainly the
Yeah,
most.
exactly. I mean, this season is following our own advice. And
Right.
that's another reason why
Yes.
this podcast exists, so we can always have this to be able to go back on and look at it and be like, okay, damn, I did say this I did say this to
Yep.
the world. I got to say this to myself.
I
So
got
it's
proof.
yeah, yeah. I got proof that you mean that this is validated. So
Right.
it's just about giving ourselves that standard. And like you said, just not being too harsh on ourselves. Giving ourselves
Yeah.
the grace, giving ourselves that room for
Yeah.
error
Time to grow.
because
Yourself time to grow.
yeah, because it's a lesson. I mean,
It's
a
yes.
winner. A winner is only a person who took losses but didn't give up. That's it. Because
Right.
you're not gonna get to $1 million status or become a winner or become president or become CEO or become
Or
none of that. You're not gonna
none of
become none
that.
of that without making no mistakes. Like you gonna mess up. You gonna fuck up a couple times to where you gotta
Yeah.
reevaluate and know, okay, damn, this didn't work. So let me try it like this. Let me try it like that. You don't get the perfect
Yep.
formula. You don't get the perfect recipe without
No,
getting in
you
that
don't.
kitchen and cooking and messing up.
It messing up and that's it like you said learning how to cook you mess up some stuff for a minute like I
Oh
remember
yeah,
moms they be transferring over the green recipe to me but I had to master it her way but also my way but
yeah.
it took some trial and error
I'll
and
take trial
now
and
she
error.
asked me to make them so like it's you gotta elevate but you gotta give yourself grace
Yeah, you got to give
when
yourself
you
grace.
do that
Give yourself the proper time and energy
the
to
time
grow.
yeah
To grow.
yeah
It's gonna
and
happen.
look at yourself in the mirror sometime and say, "Hey, look, speak my language. I fucked up.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I fucked up." And then
And
keep it moving.
keep it
Take
pushing.
your
Yeah,
day
you
or
keep it
two.
pushing. Yeah, take your lick your wounds and keep it pushing.
Yep,
Get
and
back
keep
up
it
and strive
moving.
again.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
back up and strive again. That's part of learning. That's part of the process. No matter what you're doing,
Right.
from riding a bike, you're gonna fall off a few times, but is that gonna stop you from getting back on and learning how
Ain't
to
gonna
ride
stop
when
you from getting
everybody
back
else?
up.
Yeah, when everybody else got their training wheels off and we all in the neighborhood riding our bikes up
Right.
down into the park into the mall and no, you
You
gonna
gonna
get
you
back
gonna
on and you
fall a
gonna
couple
try again. You
times.
gonna learn. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gonna
You
learn.
gonna
You gonna fall until you learn.
you gonna fall a couple times.
Yeah, you're gonna fall until you learn. But no, I definitely appreciate your insight on that.
Yeah.
That was epic right there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. And
Oh,
yeah,
well,
thank you. It's just I just feel like you can't demand high standards of yourself higher than you would like somebody else.
no,
Like
exactly.
we what I'm saying? Like we expect this for us, but then we let other people get this level and let them get
Yeah,
away with it.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Gotta do them get they gotta do the same thing.
hmm But no, I mean, now that we didn't put that to bed, I feel like we covered
Yes,
all of our
sir.
topics pretty good today. We didn't cover, our the first episode of our
Yes,
podcast. Put
first
to bed.
episode of Put to Bed.
Make sure y'all drop in the comments. Let us know what y'all think about it. Let us know what y'all feel.
We
What
gonna
you
be
think we
around,
should
man.
do.
We gonna be around.
Yeah, we're gonna be around for a long time. So just bear with us. And like I said, if y'all got any suggestions, anything that y'all feel like any topics, anything that y'all feel like we could do better, or just let us know. You know, we definitely
Cause
gonna
we
be reading the
learning.
comments. We definitely acceptable to the information, and we definitely here to grow
Yeah,
the
and
line.
we learning.
And yeah, exactly. Like we exactly what we just said. We're not gonna let our perfectionist mind
Uh-uh.
state get in the way of our growth. So we definitely
Yes,
open to growing. We definitely open
absolutely.
to accepting that
Y'all
information.
can get to
Yeah.
see the elevation of my area, and bro just teaching me, more about this thing.
Oh yeah, we in it together. You know, the more we show together, the more we grow together. The more we know together,
That
the more we
part,
grow
bro.
together. So that's what we
Yep.
in. That's what we in it for, man. And that carries on to everything, man. Build your people up. If you want your
Yep.
people to succeed, put them in position to succeed. Give them the tools they need to succeed. You know, we
Give them the
all.
tools.
It's no fun when you the only person with the funds. You feel me? And everybody
Exactly.
calling on you and
And
depending on
everybody
you
else a handout.
to be the savior. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
why put yourself in position to be able to have to give out a bunch of handouts when you can give out a bunch of titles and give out a bunch of roles and give out a bunch of
Yeah.
jobs and
And
give
help
out a
other
bunch of
people do
and
that.
help other people, yeah, and put them in position so you ain't got to worry about that person calling your phone asking you for $50. They calling you asking you about the next business move so we can all make
What
five
we
hundred
what we
dollars.
doing next?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you
We
know,
gotta change our perspective a little bit on things for
yeah,
sure.
we do. It's enough out here for everybody, man. It's enough out here for all
Yes.
of us to eat and all of us to be great and all of us to flourish in our own spaces. So we
Yep.
just got to keep that in
It,
mind. But we
gotta
ain't gonna
keep
hold
that in
y'all too long.
mind.
Like I said, man, we didn't tackle our topics for the day. You know, this was the
Yeah,
Put
we
to
didn't
Bed
tackle.
podcast.
We didn't put 4 topics to bed.
Yeah, Billionaire Billy Goat, man, Diamond G, we in here,
Diamond D.
and we
All
will be with
right.
y'all every week. You know, every week we will be dropping a new
Yeah,
episode.
every
So
week.
every week, man, every week tune in. We're gonna keep y'all updated. It's gonna be consistent, and we're gonna put these
It
topics to
is.
bed, man. And we're gonna put every topic that y'all send our way to bed, and we're gonna try to get y'all the best content, the best
And give
videos,
us some
the
topics
best
if you want us
clips.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
give
give
us
us
some
some
topics
topics,
if y'all
yo.
want us to tackle it.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day gonna end. You feel me? So at the end of
Yeah,
the day gonna end. And you know, we want y'all to rest your eyes, but don't rest your mind. Don't rest your spirit. Don't rest your ambition.
the rest of spirit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep going
Keep
and
your
keep
keep your peace near you while your eyes is closed. Keep your peers near you, dear to you, and keep it moving.
exactly, man. Make sure y'all pray and make sure y'all keep your head up and make sure y'all don't go to bed angry, man. Go to bed with a positive outlook so you can wake up with that same
Yeah,
energy.
absolutely. Because that carries on throughout your day.
Exactly,
All
exactly.
right.
Well, this has
All
been
right,
Put to Bed
broski.
podcast, man. We love y'all and we will see y'all next time.
Yes,
I am
sir.
Billionaire Billy Goat.
And Diamond G here. We here to stay.
Here to stay, man, and don't get in our way. All right,
Right.
peace and blessings to y'all,
Look,
man.
because we from the no.
Yeah, we from the mill, but we you feel me?
We from the bridge. We get
We
down
need
with
work.
it. All right. All right, broski.
All right, we see y'all next time, man.
See y'all next time. All right.